Good morning. Happy Monday. We're going to talk about build a mails today. Build a mails, why you should never build a mail from my book, 23 Types of Guys You Might Meet. I wasn't going to go do a video this morning because I was feeling like, I just don't want to get up. Because usually I'm on vacation for the last 2 weeks of the year. But I had to use like a week vacation earlier this year for the kiddos. And so I was feeling a little like, oh my God. But then, I got up, took my shower, and washed my hair because I have to get my hair braided next week. And I was like, let me do a quick video for the cousins. It's Christmas week, and are you on the naughty list? I have a surprise for you, but you must go over to my blog, Janicehylton blog, and complete the contact form because your address have to be in my campaign for you to get the surprise. Okay, you must do that. If you don't do that, you're not going to get it. So if you've been good this year, go on over to my blog, Janicehylton blog, and pick up the and fill out the form. Scroll all the way at the bottom on the first page and fill out the contact form, because when the campaign goes out, the surprise will be in there, but your email address must be in it for you to get it. If your email address is not in it, you're not going to get it. Okay, I have my virtual assistant, she's working on it, and I have a little surprise for you. So, never build a man. Welcome back. Monday morning. I absolutely love and adore you. Let me read something for you. We was reading an article. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up, about Charlemagne the God, I think. And they asked him, did he sign a prenup agreement with his wife of 23 years? And he said, no. We've been together since high school. I'm paraphrasing. And they struggled. And when he didn't have no job, he wasn't working. She would work 2 or 3 jobs, and basically struggle love. Okay. Now, I want to differentiate because these are the stories that a lot of people use to say, see, it worked for them, it can work for you. See, Charlemagne the God wife, stuck through with him through it. So, MYRLA should stick with Gilda and build him and take care of him and pay all the bills. Or a lot of ladies are trying to use that as an example. And I talked about this when the other lady came out that she was retiring her husband, right? I talked about how there is a difference between couples who've been together since high school, 18 and 19, and between us who are 28, 30 in our mid 30s trying to get us a husband. Okay. This is why I don't believe in boyfriends. As you've had a boyfriend since high school, you have to struggle with him, and getting married at 19 and 20, unless your parents had some money to give you, you were struggling. And so what I'm begging and pleading, especially for my young girls, is don't do it. This is why I don't believe in boyfriends. We don't do boyfriends over here, because you get with the boyfriend in high school and then you basically have to struggle with him until y'all make it in your 30s. I read in another mom's group, girl. I didn't even comment. I just went on by about a mom who, wanted to make it special for her daughter. I think the girl was 15, her first time. She got the boy, got them a hotel, and all of this bull crap. And I'm like, what? She's 15. What does she know about love and how important your body? I just could not do it. We don't do boyfriends over here. Okay, because boyfriends, you might have to struggle with them until eventually one day you make it. And you know what I realized about a lot of girls that been with boys since they're 18 and 19 in high school? Once you get to the 30s, you get tired. You're tired of it. And so a lot of women who are now single in their 30s are a lot of women who are divorced, who got married in 19 and 20 to Pookie, who didn't have anything, and you were struggling along. Okay, that's why I'm believing it. We need to allow men, ladies, to build themselves up. And this is why you don't commit. You don't get in no boyfriend, girlfriend relationship. We don't do none of that. Okay, we date, we gather data. And at 18, 19, and 20, let's just be honest, you're not ready to get married. Okay, because you don't know who you are and you really don't even understand what marriage is. And for God's sake, the boy is not ready. He can't even take care of himself, much less take care of a wife and kids. Let me tell you, a husband is Christ in the earth. Yes, the church as a whole is Christ in the earth, but the husband He really represents Christ in the earth, Christ in the home. So if he's not able to be Christ in the home, don't marry him, ladies. Okay. And so I shared this memory. I love memories on Facebook that comes up. I said, my philosophy has all this man, Abraham, somebody said, many women are with men who aren't on her education, spiritual or financial level. She's told, build with him. We don't build with men. Okay. We're not supposed to get in the dungeon and dig holes and pits and all of that. Did you see Eve building nothing? Okay. But that, especially in the Black community, you are told to build with him. Hell no. We don't do that. He's supposed to have it built. But at 19 and 20, he ain't got nothing built. Struggle with him. The blood. What? Struggle. Once she builds him up, he marries the girl after her. See, once you struggle and dig in the pit and get dirty and filthy with him, 9.9999% of the time, he married the next girl who can appreciate him for the man you made him into be, okay? Once she builds him up, he marries the girl after her. It's not her job to lower her standards to us. It's our job to man up and be enough for the life givers. And so I respond and said, my philosophy has always been, do not build a man. Do not struggle with the man. Any man who needs building is his mother, not a wife. If I have to make him into the man I need him to be so that he can be the man I need, he is not for me. Okay. And then I said, please pick up 23 tests of guys, Michael. Oh, wait. I don't have my mask with me. Okay. So we don't do that. We don't do that, ladies. We don't do that. We don't build males. Okay. We don't build a man. And so in my book, 23 Types of Guys You Might Meet, on page 229, I talk about Mr. Build-A-Males. Ladies, you need to stop being so gullible and be more calculated. Okay, men are hunters. They're looking for somebody. They're looking for somebody to build them, feed them, sex them, do them, take care of them, wash, cook, clean, and it's a very, very small percent of men who have prepared themselves, who are looking for a wife to profess his love to, provide for, and protect. But see, a lot of women, you get with men who are not there, who are not ready, and you're going to get them ready, as if you're the mama getting your son ready for prom. No. If you want to be married and you meet a man who did not do the job to prepare himself or is ready for marriage, you need to drop and walk away. See, the thing is, many of you are so emotional. You get emotionally involved with these men. It's hard for you to walk away, which is why we don't get emotionally involved. Dating is for data. You're dating because you want a husband, a good one. And granted, nobody's perfect. You will never have a 10. You might have a 9.9999999, but it will never be a 10. Okay? Only Jesus is a 10. So on page 229, Build a Males. I said, don't ever try to build a man or teach him how to be a man. That's another thing I don't understand. You're a woman. You don't know what it means to be a man. How are you going to teach a male to be a man, ma'am? The best thing you can do for a man who needs you to build him is to refer him to another man who can help him to become a man. Most importantly, it's a man's responsibility to go before God and find out what God has said to and about him. See, a lot of men has not gone to God to get a vision, and you're trying to get him to have your vision. It's not going to work. This is why you're struggling with him, and you're fighting, and you're arguing because he don't have a vision. You're trying to get him in your vision, but he knows that that's not the vision. Okay, you're trying to get him to be a husband. You can see him be a husband, but he doesn't have the mind of a husband, and he's not ready to be a husband. Okay, additionally, he needs to know God's will for his family. Then you can reinforce what God has told him once he chooses you to profess, provide for, and protect. Please reserve the teaching only for your son, not the man you are gathering data on. All of you women who like to be teaching men, I want to teach him how to open the door for me, teach him how to pay. If he don't know how to open the door and pay, you need to leave him.
Do you have to bring this to?
I have it. I'll get it together for you. Okay. Daily, I remind my husband of what a great man, husband, and father he is. I thank him for being my professor of love, protector, and provider, how he provides so well for the kids and me, and how much he makes us feel safe. Okay, I cannot tell you how many wives I read about who I don't know what we gonna do. I have to figure it out. What? It's when you are married, it is not your responsibility to figure out how you're gonna eat, where you're gonna sleep, none of that. Your husband is supposed to be the shepherd. Do you see sheep trying to figure out where they're gonna eat some food? No, that is his responsibility. This is why the man you choose to marry is absolutely important. He needs to be a leader. A lot of you women talk about, I need to be more submissive. Well, why did you marry a man you can't submit to, man? Why you marry a man you have to lead? My son, I speak greatness into him, that he is a godly child, a good child. He brings us joy and peace, how he's respectful and obedient, and how one day he will be president of the United States or whatever God created him to become and fulfill. And as the king's daughter, I understand that I have creative power and delegating authority. I can speak and it will, but God knows I didn't have time, energy, and strength to be speaking greatness into every man's life that I meet. I don't know how y'all do it. This is why I don't do boyfriends, because these men need you to speak into them. You need to pour into them. Well, how many, by the time you pour into 50 men, by the time you meet your husband at 35, maybe, you have absolutely nothing left. That's why I do boyfriends, because I'm not about to pour into nobody's life. Okay? Because my greatness, delegating authority, and my creative gifts are reserved for my husband, so I didn't have time to build up every man I met in hopes that he would become the man I wanted to marry. See, a lot of you women, you meet Pookie who is not prepared, not ready. And so you decide you're going to build him up, you're going to get him to get a job, and you're going to make him into a husband. No. Excuse me. A husband being a husband is personal. It's just like your faith. It's personal. Your health is personal. You have to take interest in that. You have to be interested in being a husband and want to be a husband, and then do the work to prepare yourself. A lot of women are marrying men who are not prepared, who did not do the work. He did not do the work to be becoming a husband. Okay? So I didn't have time to build up every man that I met. In hopes that he would become the man I wanted to marry. Men and women spend years building up men who aren't theirs. See, a lot of you women are building men in hopes that he will become your husband. But then once you build him up, guess what Pookie do, girl? He leaves you and go over here and go find Rikisha, who will appreciate him for the man you made him to be. See, you will always be able to throw in his face, I built you. You ain't had nothing. You didn't even have a job. Your credit was a mess. You didn't even have clothes to put on your back. I fed you, okay? I put money in your pocket. I fixed your credit. See, you will always be able to beat him down about what you did for him. Rikisha over here, she's going to appreciate him for the man you made him to be. So she's going to be praising him while you're going to be criticizing and finding fault in him. And men are not going to stand for that. See, ladies, this is why you don't build a man. You get one who's prepared. I can never, no matter how, if me and Michael get into no big old argument fight, I can never In 9 years, I can never throw in his face what I did for him. I didn't build it. I met him. He was a whole man, all by himself. Had a 3-bedroom townhouse, great job, great retirement. Wanted to get married, ready to buy a house. Child, he said, look for the house and I'll buy it. $300, 300,000 max. Your house is 300 max. There's nothing I can throw in my husband's face and say, well, I did that for you. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All I do is praise him. So, ladies, you don't want somebody you can throw stuff in your face what you did and built him. You want somebody you can praise, okay? Many women spend years building up men who aren't theirs. I know many women who have built a man for herself, but then he skipped off and married a woman who can appreciate him for the man that she built him up to be. Builder males are men who are looking for women to build them. The knockback I get from this is, but we're supposed to build up our man. No, ladies, stop using that as an excuse. We are to build up our husbands, not every man you meet and date. What does that mean? Encourage him, praise him, thank you, all of that good stuff, okay? How do you build up your husband? You build him up in prayer, honor, and respect. You build your husband up by nurturing him so that he can become an even greater husband, father, and man of God. The key words here is husband, ladies, not some man who isn't adult enough to marry you. And so under this video went a little longer than I wanted. So under Builder Males, I have Mr. Fixer Uppers. You know you have them. Mr. Builder Male, Mr. Struggle, you know, Mr. Can't Keep a Job, Mr. If, oh my God, Mr. Beast, BEST, Mr. Frog, Mr. Gon' Be, Mr. Potential, Mr. Shy, Mr. Rap Sheet, Mr. Try, Mr. I Want to Start My Own Business, Mr. Thinking and Planning, Mr. Limp, okay, Mr. Video Game, Mr. Minimum Wage, Mr. Mama's Boy. And in the Mama's Boy, it's a double-edged sword, okay? Mr. Businessman and Mr. Hygiene, okay? Because my husband's definitely a mama's boy, but in a good way. All right, ladies, I love you. Remember, these books are still on sale. Thank you guys for those emails. I appreciate the love, the support. Everything is up to about 50% off. Ebooks are on sale for $5.99. 10 Years a Girlfriend is all available in the audience. Of course, my t-shirts are on Etsy. Some of the t-shirts are on sale, so be sure to check them out. Wisdom Journal 2022. I cannot wait to, I just can't wait. I have so much stuff in store for 2022. More content coming, more new content. I'm kind of stepping away just a little bit from YouTube so I can spend more time writing and in my books, because that's my passion. And I really, really need to get these books. I have so many books. My books are all backed up, waiting for me to release them like this. They're all lined up. Like, okay, Janice, when you going to release this? This is 2022. It's like you're going to be getting a book like every other month or so. I love you. I have to go. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up, share this out. Let me know what you think. Do you have a Builder Male? If you're married to a Builder Male, my name is Janice. I ain't in it. Go see a counselor. But the girls that's dating for marriage, you need to drop and run, baby. I love you. Bye.